Hello and welcome to Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your reader, the Gemstar, and this is the weekly tea. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. For your own personal private readings with the Gemstar, visit our website at kettlemessagestarot.my.canva.site in the description box below. Now, let's have a sip of the weekly tea together. Hello and welcome to Kettle Messages Tarot Live. I'm your oracle and reader, the Gemstar, here with your weekly tea for all of the Zodiac signs. Thank you for supporting our work on this channel, Kettle Messages Tarot. To reach out to us for your own personal private readings, visit our website, kettlemessagestarot.my.canva.site. We will begin the weekly tea with the birthday signs. Scorpio, happy solar return and happy birthday, Scorpios. This weekly tea we will be starting with a spirit oracle and wrapping it up with your lucky number message. Once again, you are tuning in to Kettle Messages Tarot live with your oracle and reader, the Gemstar, and this is your weekly tea. Let's spill the tea together, guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. Hello and welcome, Scorpios, to your live weekly tea messages with your oracle reader, the Gemstar. Happy birthday! We're beginning this weekly tea with a message from our spirit oracle. We will continue spilling the tea and wrapping the weekly tea up with a lucky number. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus are deep, dark, mysterious ones of the Zodiac. What is going on this week ahead? Let's get a message from the Spirit Oracle for Scorpio for this week ahead. Scorpio, dearest one, rest within the light of your soul. Feel my spirit alive within you, the spirit of the goddess of nature, the earth and stars. Accept the love and light we shower upon you. This week, Scorpios, it looks like you'll be getting a helping hand, support from the universe, from strangers, from friends and associates. This week, we see Scorpios getting support from others around them. The possibilities this week are endless, infinity and beyond. Scorpios, there are many opportunities and possibilities working with others, coming through others. You are connecting with this week. So there will be a lot of help, a lot of assistance, a lot of information coming your way this week. Take advantage of the connections you are making as they open doors and roads and opportunities ahead to prosper. This is a week to get yourself out of a jam, to network, to socialize, to find answers and solutions to problems, and being guided and assisted through these challenges and obstacles. Alright, so we see that this is a week of dating, being asked out, getting to know someone. This is a very important relationship or connection or business partnership occurring this week for Scorpios. So as you socialize and network and make connections, these connections can lead you to soulmate connections, meaning that you can make romantic connections this week or business connections, bringing reward and high honors. There's a very important person in your life this week or coming into your life this week that actually brings changes, positive ones. You have been worried and concerned, Scorpios, if a relationship or business partnership is going to fall through, come through. And the message for that, the answer is positive. If you're waiting on a response or a message or an opportunity or a door to open, Scorpios, this week, we see through the help of others, through the assistance of others, through your own perseverance, you will be getting positive news. So there's a green light this week for you to move ahead, to accomplish something, to finalize something this week, to get a good reward, something hard won, something that you've been waiting on, working towards, and working with others. If you're waiting for a response from another party, then this week we see that you guys are getting contacted. So pay attention to your messages, your emails, respond promptly so that you don't lose out on any opportunities this week. All right, so there's a need this week, Scorpios, to keep things in balance. Your emotions, we see cannons going off, so your patience may be tested this week. Try to stay calm, cool, and collected. Keep things in perspective and keep yourselves in balance. Work, play, spend time in your connections. Make sure to have that me time. Make sure that you're not a workaholic this week, that you allow yourselves time to relax, to take a time out, to take a break, to spend time with loved ones this week. In the recent past, you may have felt nervous, anxiety, impatience, and this is a week for you guys to give yourselves a new perspective, as good news will be coming through. It's necessary for you to stay calm, do things to relax yourselves. Scorpios, what is going on? Okay, let's get into this reading, Scorpios. For some of you, this week you're waiting on a response from a love partner, someone who you are interested in romantically. You're waiting to find out if the relationship is over or if you guys are going to continue to give it another go. A week of deciding whether you stay in a relationship, Scorpios, or you end it definitely. This is going to bring life into balance, especially if you've been on the fence, if you have been indecisive of whether to end a friendship or a relationship. This is the week where we see you guys making a final decision and ending a relationship, whether in business or romance. As we said, Some of you are waiting on a response from a business partner, somebody that you are working with, or working to get something approved, and you may have to get a new attorney or a new banker, or look deeper into a business partnership, doing background checks. Um, but for some of you, there's a business connection ending this week, a relationship ending this week, or you're waiting for a response to see if something is going to either fall apart or fall together. This is where this anxiety and this stress and this nervousness is coming from, that we are feeling with the Scorpio energy reading this week. That you may be on edge, and there's a need to be patient with yourselves, to calm down, as the T is saying that there are certain things that are out of your control. And so these things will test your patience this week. So it's necessary to get out of your head, to step back from a situation, either distract yourself or just try to gain a new perspective. And know that this is going to take time and your patience and your willpower to get through it. Things will be falling into place by the end of the week, but the beginning of the week is very rocky. There's emotional highs and lows, worries, fears, concerns, doubts, waiting on responses, waiting to see if something is going to work out or not, or having to decide whether to end something or continue something that has been very, very difficult for Scorpios. You will have a wish granted by the end of the week, getting a response finally to get closure so that you can move forward. Yeah, you want to know where you stand. You want some justice. You want some fairness this week. You're willing to work with others, but if it's too difficult, there's too many obstacles, or something has run its course or toxic, then we see you guys cutting yourselves free, putting yourselves first, being concerned about your well-being. Oh, yes, Scorpio. So this week, you need the courage to overcome negative emotions, such as anger or depression. That's confirmation that your patience is being tested, that you can have a confrontation, a blow up this week because a partnership, a business partnership doesn't work out, or a relationship ends. Whether this is a decision you have to make, or the situation is out of control, being that you are waiting from answers from others. So the response from others may disappoint you, may let you down. There may be a lot of negative emotions within you building up. You really, really, Scorpios, had a difficult weekend tea where there was a lot of negativity, and that negativity is popping up in your weekly tea. That's where you need to bring balance into your emotions, finding healthy outlets to release some of this anger, some of this pent up stress, and to get yourselves out of depression. Even though things are difficult, things will be turning out in your favor. It's just very testing at this time, and you could just let out all your fury this week, which may end a partnership and a relationship. So there's a need to bring balance into your emotions. And you can have highs and lows because there's a lot of trust issues. Not knowing who to trust, not knowing if there's strings attached to a partnership or a relationship and still needing to move forward and making decisions with dealing with the unknown. A lot of anxiety and nervousness and fear can build up when confronting the unknown. But when you calm yourself, gain a new perspective, know that there are things out of your control, but there are things that you can work on this week with yourselves that can bring you some peace in this situation. There's a need to release the past this week, especially if you know something has run its course and already has exited your life, Scorpio. Be careful with being attached to negative memories of the past and dwelling on them and not paying attention to your present moment. There's a need for healing this week. There's a need for bringing balance into your emotions and not letting yourselves explode and blow up. Yes, even though there has been disappointment in certain partnerships, relationships, and connections, there are still connections to be made, new people to be welcomed into your life so that you can be helped out of a difficult situation or out of a current depression. Holding on to failed connections and what should have been and what could have been, Scorpio, is wasted energy this week. Be patient with yourselves. If you're starting new connections and you've come out of toxic relationships, be careful not to bring that toxic energy into new connections, because the new connections can end very quickly if you're bringing negative energy and memories from the past and projecting them onto your new relationships, which causes you to become defensive and a lack of openness and forward movement in new relationships. Be patient with yourselves this week, Scorpios. The beginning of the week is very tricky. It's going to take your courage and your free will and your willpower to overcome negative emotions, anger, and depression this week. But your spirit oracle says there's love and support around you. And you may not see it because you're dwelling like a 5 of Cups. You're dwelling and focusing on what has not worked in the past, the betrayal of the past, the pain of the past that you keep reliving by replaying it in your mind. There's a need to get out of your mind this week. Get out into nature. Distract yourselves. Throw yourselves into hobbies. Focus on your present moment, your present connections. And do not bring the negativity from past relationships and connections into your new ones, because this can be closing doors for you, Scorpios, doors that are opening now, so a wish can be granted so that you get a positive outcome by the end of the week. Don't self-sabotage. That has been your weekly tea, my birthday sign. And let's wrap it up with a lucky number. What's your lucky number for this week ahead, Scorpios? We're wrapping it up with lucky numbers, and yours is 26. Oh, get that in there. Your number is 26 for this week, Scorpios, your lucky number. Find what makes you happy this week, Scorpios, and enjoy it unself-consciously. Yes, that will get you out of the energy of anger and depression this week. What a number to get, what a message to get. Is to find what makes you happy this week and enjoy it as you need it during this time. It's so stressful for you, Scorpios. So there's a need to do something fun. Also, in romance and relationships, You are strengthened by every disappointment. Again, that's confirmation. Not to hold on to the relationships that have failed in the past. To heal and to release the pain and be strengthened by the disappointment, because true love is going to follow soon. Confirmation that you guys will be dating again with that courtship card. You'll be welcoming new connections, but as we said, you can end them quickly if you bring in the negativity and the failures of the past. There's a need for you guys to be strengthened by the past, to learn what you did not like and what you would not accept from past connections, and have your boundaries, but allow yourselves to open up and fall in love again this week. You're starting something new, something fresh. So make sure to leave that negativity behind. In work and home life, your message is that an opportunity, Scorpios, will present itself very soon. So seize it with both hands and joy will follow. That's again confirmation for that message, that by the end of the week, a wish is being granted, Scorpios, and that there are opportunities this week that are going to present themselves. And there's a need to seize it. But if you're stuck in negativity, you won't see these opportunities and you might miss out on them. So there's a need to stay positive, to have fun even during the hard times, and to allow yourselves to open up to new connections and to be available and ready to take up on new opportunities this week, Scorpios. Seize the moment, right? May you have a blessed week ahead, Scorpios. Ciao. Welcome, Saggies, to your weekly tea live on Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your oracle and reader, the Gemstar, here to spill this week's tea with you. We're starting this weekly tea with a spirit oracle and wrapping it up with some lucky number messages. So let's see what spirit message we have for Saggies this week ahead, what you're working with. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. There it is. Messages from afar. Those you haven't heard from in a while, those that you have gone no contact with, maybe some past friends or lovers reaching out once again, relatives, reconnecting, spending time with loved ones, or the past, being visited by the past. Messages that are coming from afar this week, Sagittarius. Expect positive and refreshing news. A great outcome for all. So mending bridges, reconnecting, visiting each other, opening up channels of communication that have been closed for a while. There are messages coming through. Are you ready for some positive news this week, Saggies? Let's extend on your weekly tea. Okay, you may be having and receiving messages from matriarchs this week, grandmothers, mothers, aunties, reaching out, sisters, cousins. This is a week where you're connecting and communicating with the matriarchs, the females in your life. And also, if you're a female, then you're communicating this week with your female loved ones that you have gone no contact with, where there has been little or no connection. Yes. Okay, so someone may be falling on hard times. A matriarch in the family may be falling on hard times. But there is a way forward. So if you're going through financial difficulties, Sagittarius, or a female in your life is having some financial difficulties. We see that by reaching out to you or you reaching out to them, you come to a solution and you receive help and great news. Things will work out for all of you. So a solution is beneficial this week to all parties. Something you discuss and you decide on with a matriarch. It could be family, friend, someone in business, a business partner, female, a matriarch, at work, business, career, in the family or friend zone, whether you're going through financial difficulties and need assistance, or they need assistance from you because they've fallen on hard times. It's like whatever you guys discuss and come up with works for all parties. It's beneficial for all, right? That's like if someone is looking for work and you're looking for a babysitter. Hey, it works out for all parties, right? If you're having to throw a party and you need a caterer, a baker, and someone you know does this for a living or is just good at it as a hobby, then the transaction, the agreement works out for all parties. Those are just small examples. But you can see how you guys will come up with a solution that works out beneficial for everyone, making everyone happy, opening a pathway forward out of poverty, out of a difficult financial situation. Or, if you have been isolated or you've felt like a lone wolf, a black sheep, then this is reconnecting, finding community this week, and finding ways to move forward, build something, grow something, because you're working together. It's like everyone is bringing something beneficial this week to get yourselves out of a sticky financial. Oh yes, confirmation. Working together with others. Okay, there's a lot of matriarch energy. So this week, you guys are definitely working together with other females, really incorporating and balancing out your feminine and masculine energies. You're very nurturing, compassionate, empathetic, loving this week. So that's why you're finding solutions that work out for all parties this week. You're in a more compassionate, empathetic, nurturing energy this week where there's a lot of support, especially for people going through hard times when it comes to business work and finances. So you finding ways to make money that may not be obvious, and because you discuss your ideas with others, then they give you their ideas and you guys collaborate and new ideas are built that are very beneficial to all parties, bringing in money. As we said, there's confirmation here that those that are going through a financial difficult time, that working with others this week is going to get you those coins. You're going to be admired for your work, for your talent, for your business savvy. Sagittarius this week, you're getting recognized. You can be getting raises and bonuses this week, making extra money on the work front, or using a hobby, a talent, a skill this week will allow you guys to make money. So money will be coming your way. It's like money to pay the bills, money to invest, money to save, money that will open up new pathways for you. New doors are opening. New job prospects this week, Sagittarius. great partnerships in business, great minds coming together, working together, finding solutions, new ways, new ideas, and really alchemizing and making things happen, right? Manifesting your success this week, working with others. Yes, people from afar reaching out to you, wanting to hire you because they value your skills and your talents. You're being admired this week, Saggies, for all you bring to the table. And that is going to make you money. Yes, okay, so some of you are working hard this week towards getting this money, Saggies, because you want to make a move, you want to make a major change in your life this week. Some of you want to change residence, you want to buy a house, or you want to relocate and just move. Also, Sagittarius, someone can be moving into your house. You can be renting out your house or a room, okay, or an apartment. But we see that real estate looks good this week for you, Sagittarius, whether you're a real estate agent or whether you're just taking in a roommate or whether you are finally getting that loan, that mortgage for your new house. If you guys are journalists, writers, editors, or are in any type of business that use communication, like salesmen, then this is going to be very prosperous this week. You're making money. Money, money, money. We love it, Sagittarius. Now, some of you have a love interest this week that you're not too sure about, Sagittarius. So let's talk about this. This person that you have recently met or you're getting to know, you're starting to see some behaviors in this person that are not sitting well with you, that are confusing you, that you need clarity on. So there's a need to have a conversation with someone that you're getting to know whose behavior is not sitting right with you and is really confusing you. So you need clarity in a certain friendship or relationship this week in order for you to move forward with it. This is a week to have that conversation, because if you don't, some of you may wind up moving away from this person, asking this person to move away, or because someone is behaving strangely whom you are living with at this time, sharing your living quarters with, may make you want to move out or ask them to leave. Even though this was a financial beneficial thing for you, you may be rethinking something this week, Saggies. You may be rethinking someone that you've taken into the home, you've taken them in because you needed this extra money, but there's some strange behavior that is occurring and coming from this person that may make you rethink the situation. You may ask them even to leave and be returning this money to them. That has been your weekly tea, Saggies. May you have a blessed week ahead. Let's give you your lucky number for this week to wrap it up, Saggies. Your lucky number this week, Sagittarius, is number 29. Let's get that in there for you. Oh, there it is. Okay. Number 29 is your lucky number this week, Sagittarius, and the messages are: don't put off until tomorrow what you could do today. Your life will be better for it. Yes, we see you taking action and making a decision this week. You're going to have that conversation. We were asking that weekly tea, are you going to speak up about some strange behavior that's been going on with someone who you've been living with, and you are on the fence whether to return their money and ask them to leave, or you just give them an opportunity to explain some strange behavior that has been occurring. So don't wait for tomorrow. What you can do today, Saggies, your life is gonna be better for it. In romance and relationships, the message from number 29 this week is that your worth is not defined by your relationships. Stand tall. You are your own first love this week. So, hey, as we said, if in love and relationships something is odd, off, is not sitting right with you, this is the week to take action and free yourselves from a connection that has you totally confused, Sagittarius. In work and home, do not let idle gossip influence your decisions. The telltale may not have your best interest at heart. Be careful with gossip this week. Not everything that's being said is true. Take it with a grain of salt or block it out completely. Ciao, Sagittarius. Capricorns, my little goats, welcome back to the live Kettle Messages Tarot Weekly Tea. I'm your oracle and reader, the Gemstar, here to spill this week's tea with my little goats. Saggies, we're going to start this weekly tea with a message from our spirit oracle. Let's see what we have for Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. For this week ahead, what is Spirit's message for Cappies? There it is. Let's see what is going on, Cappies. Innocence. Don't be too hard on yourself this week ahead, Capricorns, and watch it with being hard on others and hoofing them off the mountain before giving them a chance. This week, Cappies, innocence, purity, joy. You are being encouraged to just be you this week. Be a shining light for the world. Expect positive outcomes to flow from your honesty and pure intentions. Be you, be authentic. May your intentions come from a pure place, not of anger, not of ego, not of revenge, not of resentment, but of true resolution and peace that brings joy to yourselves and a situation this week. Expect positive outcomes. It's necessary to stay positive, to shine your light, stand up for yourselves. Don't stay in the background this week. If you have any ideas, plans, then move ahead with them, Capricorns. Be honest in your connections, in your interactions this week. When communicating with others, be direct, be firm, be honest. It's important to be honest, to be yourself, to be authentic, not to wear a mask, not to people please. You're waiting on a message if you're already married from your husband or your wife, waiting from communication or a decision, an answer from them. You may have given them an ultimatum if you're married. Also, if you are in the dating scene, then you're wondering if this relationship is going to go to the next level. if you are going to get married, this may be a discussion you are having this week, Capricorns. If you're single, to mingle, then partnership and marriage may be on your mind this week. Okay, for some of you, maybe your grandmother, your mother, a matriarch in the family is asking you when you're going to get married or helping you put a wedding together. May know that your love partner is about to pop the question. Also, if you're dating someone, Capricorns, and you haven't been introduced to the family, this is a week that you may be meeting Mama Dearest. So let's take a deeper look into what's going on this week. But we see that you guys may be communicating with the matriarchs, with the females this week, discussing wedding arrangements, marriage, what's going on in your marriages. You may need someone to talk to at this time, especially if you're married and there's difficulties in your marriage. Or, hey, you're planning something positive for your marriage and you want to discuss it with someone. You may want to discuss it directly with your love partner, or you may want to discuss it with a female that you trust in your life that will help you with planning or help you giving you advice. Yes. Okay, so some of you are going to want to discuss getting married by the court. Some of you were wanting a big, lavish wedding, a wedding in a garden, and your partner just may want to get married by the courthouse. For others of you, you're signing this week your marriage papers. You're very excited. Very, very excited about who you're marrying, okay? The news is out this week. You could have been keeping an engagement on the wraps and are ready to tell everyone this week, or this is the week where things start, moving forward, and you're signing those wedding papers, getting all your wedding planners in order, your bridesmaids, your grooms. We see a lot of moving and shaking this week, especially if you are getting married. For some of you, somebody is popping the question this week. You're considering popping the question. Also, there's invitations to a wedding, an invitation to a wedding as well. Let's take a deeper look for Capricorns. Love and relationships this week are looking good. It seems like that's where the focus is on. Whether you're taking relationships to the next level this week, or you're actually getting married, because that's the message that's coming out here, is for those that are actually getting married. For some of you, this is a speedy marriage because you found out that you are pregnant, and so your partners want to get married, or you want to get married. Or for those of you that are getting married this week, pregnancy will come quickly after, okay? It may be a difficult pregnancy, so make sure to discuss this with your doctors. Make sure to have your visits to your GYNs this week, okay? It's very important because for some of you, a pregnancy may be difficult. And for others of you, you're just already pregnant, or you're going to get pregnant soon after the wedding. It's going to be quick. Some of you have been keeping a pregnancy secret, and that's the news that's coming out. There's some news coming out, Capricorns. Ooh, you're spilling the tea, letting the gem star know first. So thank you so very much, my little goats. You some of you will come out this week talking about you are already married or you're pregnant. There's some truths coming out this week about pregnancies and people already being married or eloping. Though someone's mother this week may not approve of the marriage or the relationship because of how it came together, or because you gotten pregnant before you were married. Okay, there's something going on with matriarchs this week that Capricorns, if you have gotten pregnant before you have gotten married, then your mother-in-law may not approve, may be upset about this, or your own mother, if you have eloped, or if a wedding or pregnancy has been kept secret from a matriarch, and this week it comes out, and like they feel like they're the last ones to know that they would be very excited for you, but deep down inside, ooh, they are upset that they didn't know first. Okay? Oh my, Capricorns. But this is an exciting week. Positive outcomes. If you need those legal documents to come through so that you can get married, that's happening this week. We see you filing for your marriage papers. We see that you guys may be getting married in the courthouse or maybe eloping this week. Some of you, your parents wanted an extravagant wedding, a wedding in their garden in the back of the family home. You have disappointed them, broken their heart by not getting married in their garden or getting pregnant out of wedlock. They disapprove of the situation inside, but they will show excitement for you. They will show happiness. They will show their support, but know that inside, they're a little disappointed. Okay, Capricorns, if this is your case. But you have to be totally honest with everyone in this situation. If you've kept it a secret because it was important for you to keep it a secret for whatever reason, you didn't feel ready, or you wanted to be sure of something before you went out and told everyone, or if you just shared it with specific people and didn't include everyone, be fair with yourselves, okay? Know that you're doing what's best for you as well as others in this situation. Congratulations for those getting married, for those that are getting engaged, for those that are finding out they're pregnant. Truths are being revealed and exposed this week, so get ready to, for some people to have their little opinions, their little daggers thrown your way. But all in all, they will still support you and be excited for you. And they should. This is a very exciting week for Capricorns. Even an exciting month, my little goats. That has been your weekly tea. Let's wrap it up with your lucky number for this week, Capricorns. Let's see what number the little goats receive this week. All right. Yours is 28, my little goats. Your lucky number is 28. You may see it this week. No, if you do. that these messages are for you. 28, the messages for your lucky number. Make the decision you've been putting off, Capricorns. Yes, some of you are wanting to pop that question. Some of you have been wanting to tell the truth that you're already married, or you just got engaged, or that you're pregnant, that you found out you're pregnant. Okay, don't hesitate. Make the decision you've been putting off, because the anxiety, the excitement is building up within you. You can't hold it in anymore. Hesitation is worse than any possible outcome. All right? So it's not gonna be as bad as you thought. You will have a lot of support and people will be excited for you. Your message in love and relationship this week is that you cannot find what you're not looking for. So confidence and activity are the keys to future success for those of you that are single to mingle, because in the reading, all the coupled up ones were coming out. Those that are dating, getting engaged, moving their connections to the next level, getting married, even eloping. And now the message for single to mingle little goats come out. Hey, you may find your love on a boat cruise, all right? You may find your love on a cruise. But you cannot find your love if you don't go out there, put yourself out there, let people know that you're available, that you're single, that you're looking for love. You're right. You have to put yourself out there so you can meet someone. But it's going to take confidence and action this week. That is going to be the key to your happiness, little goats. That has been your weekly tea. Ciao. Aquarius. Let's see what your weekly tea messages are, Aquarius. You are here live on Kettle Messages Tarot with your oracle and reader, the Gemstar, here to spill the weekly tea for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aqua, we're going to start the weekly tea this week with a Spirit Oracle message. And let's see what message we have for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Aqua, what is going? Oh, Aqua, yes. We will accept, indeed, the Magician, Alchemy, bringing all your talent, skills, work, knowledge, life experiences together and building something great from it. A week of manifesting, making things from lead to gold. Yes, you got the power this week to make things happen, move, shake. Your inner light is shining this week, Aqua. Yes, it is. When you are at peace with yourself and the world around you, let go of the struggle and feel the beauty inside of you. Allow all to be and just be you, okay? It's like you live your life, I'll live mine. You live it your way, I'll live it my way. You are in your world and I am in mine, and we are all coexisting, right? There's room for all of us, Aquarius says. So Aquarius says, this week, I decide to shine. I decide to use my magic. I decide to manifest what I want in my life, whether it's relationship, whether it's business, whether it's career focused, spiritually focused, romantically focused, or you are bringing balance into several areas of your life this week. You are doing it effortlessly, and you're taking into consideration and using these tools, your life lessons of the past, okay, your blind spots that you have figured out. There's a lot of things that have fallen into place for you recently, Aquarius, and it's allowing you to make the right decisions for yourself, being at the right place, the right time, interacting with the right people. That law of attraction, bringing in what you want, staying positive, staying confident, knowing that you're going to achieve what you put your mind to this week. I'm loving this energy, Aqua. You are on fire. Your energy just flow effortlessly from your spirit oracle. Let's continue. Let's see if your rest of the weekly tea is as effortless. Oof, a gift. Yes, we will accept the gift that is coming out. Okay, so somebody is thinking of gifting you something, or you may be thinking of gifting something, or hey, somebody's anniversary or birthday is coming up. Some party, some event is coming up that you must attend this week, and you need to purchase a gift. It may be you receiving this gift this week because somebody is thinking about you, has you on their mind. You just being you is very attractive to someone. They just like, I simply love Aquarius. Aquarius laughter, the way Aquarius flicks their hair or does their makeup, or has lots and lots of adventures and stories to share, so open. Whatever it is, that's your magic, Aquarius. Someone is finding it very attractive, very alluring, wanting to gift you something, whether you are male or female. Someone has you on their mind. You may have someone on your mind, and it's time to show some affection. Ooh, yes, Aquarius. This person has the money to to give you a very nice gift. Okay, you may also be in good standings financially and are wanting to make a gift for someone this week. You may be even gifting yourself something fabulous this week. And also because you're manifesting, you can be manifesting a great business proposition for yourselves this week, putting yourselves in a great financial position, being that you may, your ideas, your thoughts, your creativity, and working with your gift, talent, skills, and abilities. Because keep in mind, you have the alchemy, which is that magician energy, which is using the life lessons, the skills, the talents, the abilities that you have, finding untapped skills and abilities you have this week that can make you money. The gifts that you have naturally, spiritually, energetically, tangibly, physically, helping you build on that and making yourselves a fortune, or just bringing yourselves the stability and the security that you want when it comes to money and finances. You can be interacting this week with, people in high positions that have money and power and authority that can be helping you out, or you can be thinking of working with and collaborating with this week because they see some skills and abilities in you. So you're a sign that is making connections this week, networking this week, socializing this week with people whose skills, talents, even financial standing, their social standing can help you build a business or bring an idea into reality, into manifestation. Loving your energy this week, Aqua. You're moving, you're shaking, you're making business. We are loving it. But it's hard work ahead, right? These gifts, skills, and talents you have to nurture, you have to study, you have to use. Use and bring them together. Bring balance. Bring your abilities and talents forth. Let those know around you what you have to offer, what you bring to the table that can make you very wealthy in the future. Yes, you have a lot to offer, Aquarius. But if you only leave it in your mind, if you only leave it in the stage of ideas, and you don't put it out there, create it, manifest it for yourselves, then you lose an opportunity. But here we see that, hey, you see opportunities this week, Aquarius, and you're not hesitating to jump on it. Yes, an exciting offer, an exciting event, invitation this week, though it's going to take hard work. Success is not going to come easy. This abundance and wealth will not come easy, but it will come for you, Aquarius, because you're willing to put in the work. Yes. When it comes to love and romance, some of you may not see reconciliation with someone this week. Maybe they're all focused on work, money, business, and finance, and that's why they're not there this week, or they're not willing to kiss and make up or reconcile this week. If there was some plan, a date that you guys set up for this week, there may be someone saying, won't be able to make it, all right? I'm going to be working late. I'm working on something. Someone this week is not open to working something out or making time for a love relationship. They have completely thrown themselves into their work. So for some Aquarius, either you've taken a break from someone and you're throwing yourself into your work and your business, or your love interest is, and they're taking a break from the relationship this week. Oh, yes. This week you're going to be smiling, grinning. There's something that is your passion, that you are so good at, Aquarius, that you are ecstatic that others are taking notice of you, right? Look at the card of thoughts. Someone is taking notice of you, Aquarius, and saying, wow, you know, Aquarius is so talented, so gifted, so gifted. And I'm considering working with them, bringing them into my team, or making Aquarius part of my life in some way, fashion, or form. And this is a very beneficial connection to both parties, being that it brings stability and security into a relationship, a strong foundation. But for some, even though a relationship may be strong, you guys may be committed to each other, there may be a time this week where you won't see much of the one you love, or they won't see much of you, because you're working on something this week. There's an honor being brought to you this week. Your flowers, your accolades. All right. Now, the reason that there won't be reconciliation between you and someone else this week, Aquarius, if this is your case, it is because of something that was said that was very hurtful, or it's like that moment when you say I love you to someone and they don't reply, or they say something like ditto, or yeah, or I know, and it's hurtful. It's dismissive and hurtful. It doesn't reassure you. So there may be some ego or some feelings hurt or wounded, and that's why there's no communication, or someone is just taking space at this time. You may have said something, or your love partner hurt you with something they said or didn't say at the moment when something should have been said. And, someone is just called a break, a separation. Do I see a total ending of this relationship at this time? No. But do I see a lack of making up, of forgiveness, of reconciliation not occurring this week? Yeah, somebody looks like, they're still in their feelings. Yes. Someone is very sensitive, Aquarius. You, or, the person, your friend, your love partner, who was hurt extremely by something that was said. Something, you may have been joking, or you were dismissive, or this is what they did, and it's very hurtful. And so people are still in their feelings this week. So if you're looking for reconciliation, a conversation, kissing and making up with someone you've had a fallout because of something that was said or unsaid, then no, there's no reconciliation in that situation this week. Where it comes to business, career, some gift or talent or business you have, yes, you are in the spotlight this week. You're getting recognized, you're getting flowers, accolades, recognitions, honors, awards this week, working with those in high places that can expand your business, or that can incorporate your talent, skills, and abilities into their business, and you can make a fortune this week, Aquarius. That has been your weekly tea, Aqua, for this week. Let's see what your lucky number messages are going to be. Let's see for Aquarius what their lucky number is. Let's give the die a roll for Aquarius. Ooh, lucky number 13. You also had that in your oracle reading. That lucky number 13 is coming out for Aquarius this week. Let's see what messages we have for Aqua that are attached to this lucky number. A pleasant surprise brings the opportunity for adventure this week, Aqua. So take it. Yes, we see something exciting happening for Aquarius this week. I'm loving that message. In love and romance, let's jump into it. Romance and relationships, Aqua. Your message is that luck is wonderful, but there is no substitute for hard work and dedication. There's that confirmation again of, success in love and business and in finance are right there in your grasp. It is a possibility for you. It is a reality for Aquarius this week. But it's gonna take you to put in your half, your hard work, right? You gotta show up in your relationships. You gotta show up for yourself this week. You gotta show up when opportunities are knocking for you, and take a risk on yourself, and take a risk on love, and take a risk. Knowing that this week is a lucky week for you, and it looks like you'll be landing in your feet as you trust yourself, trust in your decisions. Dedicate yourself to your dreams and your goals and your connections and what truly brings you happiness and purpose. Be true to yourselves. Be authentic to yourselves. In work and in home life, the message is try to rise above petty criticisms at work. Your work will eventually be recognized by someone who matters. Confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. You will be recognized. But of course, when the great ones recognize the great ones, the haters show up, right? The naysayers show up, the doubters show up, and they want to deter you, distract you, instill that negativity in you by pouring it, into your ears, giving you the worst case scenario stories, being negative, seeing only negativity in what is about to be very successful for you, because you're working hard, because you are believing in yourself, because you are working with the right people. The right people are noticing you, those people that matter, that can make your dreams a reality. Those that are not living their dreams, that are not brave enough and courageous enough to step into their life purpose, their true authentic selves, that are wearing masks, that are part of the matrix, that don't have their own ideas, or won't, as we said in your weekly tea, really manifest their ideas into reality, not use that alchemy, not manifest and make things happen for themselves, are gonna hate on those that do manage to manifest for themselves. And that's what you're doing this week ahead. Loved your weekly tea, Aquarius. May you have a blessed week ahead. Ciao. Pisces, my little fishies, welcome to Kettle Messages Tarot Live. I'm your oracle and reader, the Gemstar, here to spell the weekly tea for all of the zodiac signs. And it is Pisces' turn, my little fishies. Let's give your spirit oracle a shuffle. Sun, moon, rising, and a Venus. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. Spirit oracle message for Pisces this week ahead. What is coming through for the fishes this week? There it is, Pisces. There it is. And let's take a sip. Sacred knowledge. Sacred knowledge. You are tapping into your intuitions, getting those messages downloaded into you, into your soul, into your spirit, into your dreams, signs, messages coming through, synchronicities around you. Are you paying attention? Are you receiving this wisdom, this knowledge from your ancestors, from your spirit guides, through your DNA, through the stories that are being heard by you from those that are older than you in your family lineage? Are you learning about your DNA, your family history this week? It's diving deep. It's diving deep for you, fishes. And yes, you may be there, your flighty self sometimes in your fantasy world, but you are also a very deep sign, empathetic and compassionate, and very in touch and in tune with your spiritual side and your intuition when you are vibrating high and you are in your positive energy. Pisces, ancient and sacred knowledge is waiting within the heart of the earth, yearning to be discovered. Crystals hold the key. Connect energetically with the earth and her crystal realm. Healing, love, and abundant results will follow. Now, if you are in crystal energy work, that is going to be great for you this week. Also, if you're gardening, just being out in nature, taking strolls in the park, reconnecting with your true authentic selves, connecting with the earth, meditating, journaling as well, Pisces. All these synchronicities, messages, and signs coming through are there to help you, to heal you, to reassure you that you are not alone, to reassure you that you will always have a guide, that when you need answers, all you have to do is open yourselves up and go within. The answers are within you, Pisces. In the recent past, you may have been going through difficult times, misfortune, despair, hitting rock bottom, feeling down and out, not seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. There may have been loss, failure, heartache, heartbreak. You may still be recovering from this energy, dealing with this energy at this time, Pisces. You may be stressed out, overburdened, overworked, wondering when your hard work is going to pay off, when your fortune is going to change. Some of you are having very difficult times at work, business, career. You may not be happy with what you do at this time, or you may be feeling unappreciated at this time, Pisces. You may be encouraged by spirit to move on from a place of employment or a career that has taken its toll, that has not given back what you have put in, where you have seen no fruition or little recompensation. There are greater opportunities for you ahead. New jobs, new career, new business opportunities, new love connections, if the hit has come to you in love and romance. But what I can see in this tea for this week, Pisces, is those that are struggling in their jobs, in their business, in their finances, in their careers, where there has been a lot of failure or lack of acknowledgement. There has been no growth, no appreciation, wondering when someone is going to see your hard work, when is your hard work going to pay off, feeling like it may be time to throw in the towel, to move on. If you are in a place where you are unhappy and struggling, you have skills, talents, abilities, wisdom, education, life experiences that you can use to find a new job or to become entrepreneurs and work for yourselves. Some of you are tired of working for others, stuck in dead-end jobs, finding yourselves having to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet. Having to deal with two-faced friends. This is where some of the despair for Pisces is coming through in this week's tea. That you may have very insincere, backstabbing, two-faced co-workers that you are working with that want to see your downfall, that have been actually creating delays and blockages for your prosperity when it comes to work and finances, because they've been gossiping, because they've been saying negative things, defaming your character behind your back to the bosses, the higher ups, the owners of the company. But it looks like if that's what's been happening, if you are being defamed, if you are being gossiped about, if you are being backstabbed, Pisces, on the work front, then this is going to be revealed this week, and someone in a powerful position can give you an opportunity this week that you have been deserving of, needing, and wanting. For others of you, Pisces, there's someone here in a powerful position that you should be careful of, as they can cost you your job. So even if, Pisces, you are not happy or satisfied at work, keep this to yourself. Don't share it with others. Don't discuss it with others. Don't get a bad attitude on the work front, because there is a person that has some type of authority or power when it comes to your place of work and employment, and they can cause a lot of trouble and a lot of problems for you. Also, another message coming out for Pisces is that people that have been doing you dirty are going to be doing you a favor, because you either going to quit and find a better paying job, or someone in a higher position, okay, maybe their boss catches them doing something that is a liability to the company, or is unprofessional or unacceptable in a place of work. And this is going to get you some type of compensation. When it comes to love and romance, you're going to be meeting someone who's very successful, or whose presence is takes up a room, okay? Who, when someone walks into a room, you know they're there. They're very confident. They're well put together. They may even do very well for themselves financially. They are interested in you, Pisces, but you have some haters, okay? Some of your friends are jealous of a new relationship, Pisces, that you have with someone, or that you begin with someone this week. You have some friends, some guy friends or some girlfriends here that are very jealous of your relationship with someone this week. Some of you can also have a good relationship with one of the bosses at work, and this is creating animosity and hate from other coworkers, and they can be saying really nasty lies about you. They can say, well, you're sleeping with the boss, or you got something going on with the boss. There's some hots between you and the boss, some sexual tension between you and the boss, and nothing can be further from the truth. There is someone in a powerful position that appreciates your hard work. They see that you work hard for very little, and they know that this is an injustice. They themselves, the company itself, may be going through a hard time, but you will get your flowers. You will get your recognition. You will get paid, Pisces, but it may take a minute. But know that there are people that, want to see you fired, want to see your downfall, want to say negative and hurtful lies about your relationship with the boss, or with a superior, which is farce. Others of you are starting relationships, or are in a relationship with someone who's very powerful, okay? They can look good, they can be financially stable, they got something that is going on, Pisces, all right, that is attracting a lot of your friends. And they're hating, they want your partner for themselves, they hating on your luck in love. Know that they will not hesitate to talk trash about you to this person, to destroy your relationship, to drive wedges and break. Yeah, there it is. Somebody, confirmation. Somebody's making negative comments, being mean-spirited, trying to lower your stature, trying to ruin your reputation with their gossip. They can be trying to get you fired with this mean-spiritedness and gossip, Pisces, or they can be trying to break you up with someone who is romantically interested in you. This person is interested in you. And it's because you are confident, Pisces, because you have a healthy ego, because you work hard, you care for your connections and for yourselves. You're a hard worker. And because you're kind, because you're beautiful, because they can see the diamond in you, the value in you, the worthy in you. And these friends of yours, okay, now don't want to speak ill of them, but they're not shining as brightly as you. They're not standing out the way you are to this person. They have very romantic feelings for you. They want to get involved with you. They see that you've had a hard life, Pisces, or that you're having some difficult times, and they want to take care of you. They want to love on you, and this creates envy and jealousy from your friends. And now they're gossiping. They're being mean-spirited. They're trying to defame your character, and it's lies. It's lies to hurt you. Yes, they want your partner. They want your partner because your partner helps you out. They see that you are having difficulties. They see you in despair. They see you working hard. They see you working 2, 3 jobs. They see you hustling. They see you studying. They see you striving to bring out the best version of yourselves. They see how you work on yourselves, how you invest in yourselves, how you put of yourself. And they love you for it. Your husband, your wife, this love interest that is interested in you, that wants to be with you. They see your worth, your value. But your friends are hating because they see your great fortune, your great blessing. They can see it. They can see it happening at work. They can see it in your relationships, in your friendships, how you're loved, how you receive help and love. And because you highly protected, because you are looked after by your ancestors, by spirit guides, by the universe. Because you meet the universe halfway, Pisces. You do your part. You show up. You show up even when it's difficult, even when it's hard. And people are hating. Let them hate. Let them talk. The real ones know real ones. And that's what's happening this week. A real one sees a real one in you. And they're not going to be convinced or tainted by gossip, by jealous and haters. Jealous people and haters. They're going to see right through this. They're going to see right through this. And you don't have to do anything, Pisces. You don't have to do anything. You're not asking for this hate. You know, you're not asking for this type of energy to come your way. Because you are one that shares, that cares, that's there, that shows up. You know, you a cheerleader for others, and you can't understand why others can't be cheering for you when it's your time, when it's your turn. But that's how you know who needs to stay behind, Pisces. Don't be hard on yourself. Know that these people need to stay behind. That the real ones are going to stick around. That they're going to be there for you. They're going to show up for you. They're not going to listen to the haters and the gossipers and the ones that want to just ruin your reputation because they're hateful, because they're jealous, because they don't have the great fortune and the great blessing. They don't know that you have suffered. That this great blessing that's in your life now just wasn't given to you. It's the universe saying you deserve it, Pisces. You deserve it. Don't be afraid to receive it, to open your arms to it, to welcome it in your life. You have gone through so much, so much. And this is the week to give yourselves a break, to receive help, to receive love. And, you know, haters are going to hate. You're always going to have them. But are you going to give them the energy? Or are you going to give this new romantic friend your energy? Are you going to give your business your energy? Are you going to show up? Are you going to shine this week? Because the boss is watching. There's somebody already who got your back, who believes in you. Don't let them down. Don't let them down. Don't give in to despair. Don't quit. Don't quit right before the finish line. And if something has broken you to this point, Pisces, then set yourself free from it this week. That has been your weekly tea. Let's get your lucky number messages. Let's see what the lucky number is for my little fishies. All right, Pisces. Let's give it a roll, a whirl, a twirl for my little fishies. Pisces. All right, Pisces. What is going on? You have received this week, the number 9. The number 9 is your lucky number this week. Let's see what messages are coming through for number 9 for Pisces. Your first message, Pisces, is celebrate others' success. Your own is not far behind. Oh my God. That is confirmation, Pisces. Kettle Messages Tarot, your Oracle Reader, the Gemstar, and Spirit is confirming this message again for you. We said it, and here it is again. We told you in your weekly tea that you are one of those that show up for others. You cheer others on. And that it is your turn and your time for success and to be cheered on. And here it is. Celebrate others' success. Your own is not far behind. That is true confirmation right there. In romance and relationships, Pisces, this week, sometimes we must let go of the past before we can fully embrace the future. Those exes and those past connections, Pisces, you need to start leaving them behind in the past where they belong. You got a wonderful new love that's going to bring stability and peace and joy and happiness into your life. Open yourself to new connections. Stop being in despair and wallowing in the grief of past connections. This week, it's time to move forward. Move forward, Pisces. In work and home, the message is be particularly careful when dealing with family financial matters. You may lose money and friends. So this week, when it comes to family, friends, work and home, don't mix business with it, because you lose money and you lose friends. Don't gamble with your own money and your friendships this week, Pisces, as you can see already that you have some haters and you have some two-faced friends that won't hesitate to bring you down this week. That has been your weekly tea. My little fishes, ciao. Aries, my little rams, welcome Aries to your weekly tea line with your Oracle and Reader, the Gemstar, on Kettle Messages Tarot. This week we are starting with a message from the Spirit Oracle. Let's see what messages we receive for Aries this week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Inspiration. You will be inspired. You will be someone's muse. You will find a muse, a mentor, a counselor, a coach this week, Aries. You can be all the above as well for someone else. But you are inspired, motivated for change, for creativity this week. Your love, Aries, light and wisdom touch the hearts and minds of many. You will be instrumental in helping another person change the course of their life this week. Aries, miracles, inspiration, and healing results. You will be an instrumental in helping another person change the course of their life. Or is the course of your own life about to change? Let's spill the weekly tea, Aries, and let's see what this is all about, my little rams. Thank you for supporting the channel, for hitting that like button and commenting and joining us in the tea room. We thank all of you joining in the tea room, making and leaving your comments. We wish you good fortune and a great blessed week ahead. And we thank you for your kind words. Aries, the little rams, let's get some messages for this week ahead. You may be dealing with legalities, waiting for some paperwork to come through on an inheritance or a purchasing or buying or selling of a home this week. It looks like there's a lot of legal things to take care of this week, or you're waiting to hear from your lawyers or judges this week on how a case is turning out. Some of you are doing some real estate wheeling and dealing this week, buying and selling. Also, you may be waiting to hear about an inheritance this week. You may be discussing wills, retirement funds, life insurance, home insurance this week. So you can be discussing insurance for different areas of your life this week. You can also be waiting on paperwork when it comes to business, money, and finance. You're also waiting on inheritances, waiting to hear about some change within the home. Okay, so some of you, if you're dealing with child custody or dealing with divorces or you're dealing with inheritances, anything that has to do with home and finance and paperwork and legalities this week, you are waiting on news, waiting to see if there is going to be a good turnout, Aries. Waiting to see what's going to happen. You're going to be shown the way. So you're going to be directed to the right people that can give you the legal advice, help, and assistance that you need, as well as news and information that you've been needing in order to do some legalities or some business. So this week you're going to be shown the way, you're going to be guided, you're going to have the right people to assist you, to help you this week. The energy wanted to switch over the cards. Yes, okay, yes. You are going to receive a gift. Oh, okay, confirmation. Let's get into your tea, Aries, because there's confirmation on confirmation, and we want to get into those messages first. For those of you waiting on inheritance, okay, there has been some family sorrow. There may have been someone going into hospice, someone going into internal chaos, intervention, or someone who has passed on recently. We see that they have left an inheritance for you, that this loved one, this deceased loved one, has left this for you because you were either their favorite, they loved you, they want to make sure that you are okay when they are gone. So, yes, there are some people here in your life, Aries, and maybe even you, working with wills, leaving inheritances for the children, for the grandchildren, for the business partners, or for whoever. But this is coming from the heart. You may be, leaving inheritances for friends. There are family members that may be passing on. These were very close connections. They hold you very dear. In their hearts, love you very much. You could have been one of their favorite, or maybe even the firstborn. But you are very important and dear to them. And so they are leaving you a gift or some type of inheritance. For some of you, the gift is financially, even a whole house. Okay? And you may be asking yourself how you're going to be able to take care of this property, what you're going to do with this inheritance or this windfall that comes your way through somebody who cares about you, who loves you, and wants to gift you something that is going to change your life. Okay? So again, your spirit or oracle is being confirmed, Aries, that there is something instrumental occurring this week through another person that's going to change another person's life. So someone's good fortune may be being passed on to you, Aries, and that is about to change your life. And vice versa. You can be instrumental in changing someone's life this week. Whether this is coming from someone who's deceased or just coming as a gift from someone who cares about you, loves you, and wants to help you at this time. You may be gifting someone else because you want to help someone at this time, Aries. Okay, so Aries, some of you known hardships, feeling cursed, feeling down on your luck, feeling like all you've had is bad luck, and now this good fortune is falling on your lap. You can be also witnessing somebody who is struggling, who you think, they're running, they're having their run of misfortune and bad luck. And, for some of you, you may think that someone you love and care about is cursed. Like, nothing good ever happens for them, and things like that may be crossing your mind. And you may be wanting to help this person out to show them that there is good in the world. Also, if you've been having a difficult time, going through a difficult time, waiting on answers and response, after a time of feeling cursed, of feeling a run of bad luck occurring, things are turning around in your favor. It's like miracles and blessings falling into your lap this week, Aries, after, a moment where you may have felt like all was lost. So if you're feeling like all is lost, there is a light at the end of your tunnel. You are being gifted. You are being loved and cared for, or will be during a hard time. And if you are going through sorrows, this is a good time to talk to the family. If the family has suffered a loss, then you will find out this week how much this person that has passed on cared about you and loved you. This week is going to be a lot of pressure, a lot of stress on you, okay? Look, just full of anxiety, waiting there, waiting patiently. It's like cool, calm, and collected on the outside, Aries, but frazzled and stressed out and full of anxiety, worry, and doubt on the inside. Feeling like, will things ever turn around? Will my lucky star ever fall, onto me? And this is the week that a miracle happens, that luck comes your way, that you finally find out how much someone really cares about you, how someone really loves you, how someone really sees your struggle. There's an energy of stress, fear, anxiety, panic that's uncontrolled. So much worry. Like, oh my God, oh my God. Relax, Aries, as things will be turning in your favor this week, okay? Relax, relax. Everybody goes through, the highs and lows, a period of good fortune, a period of nothing happening, then periods of misfortune. But the wheel continues to turn. These stages are only temporary. And so you are being asked to keep up the faith as something wonderful is about to occur and make you believe again in good fortune and miracles. All right, Aries, let's see what is this week's number for all the little rams. What's your lucky number, Aries? 4. Yes, we like to see 4 because the number of stability. And there it is, community, stability. Let's see what messages are coming through for Aries this week with their lucky number 4. A storm is brewing this week, Aries, in your life. Weather it with grace, but don't change your course, right? Don't give up on yourself. Yes, you're going through some type of misfortune or bad luck has been occurring that you may have even been thinking that you are cursed. But after bad times, good times will come. And right now, life may seem chaotic, things may seem disrupted, chaos all over the place, things are falling apart. You may be feeling like, oh God, when something good is going to happen. Even though you're about to face a storm this week, the clouds are going to break apart, the sun is going to come back out, and by the weekend, you're going to be feeling rejuvenated again. Just don't change the course. Don't change your course. Stick with it. Stick with it. That's the message, the first message for you, Aries, this week. In love and romance and relationships, little rams, then looks can be deceiving this week, but a true heart will always shine. Don't judge a book by its cover. Take the time to open it up and read the story before you move forward. Work and home life this week, Aries. You may be uncertain about taking on a new partner, but remember that often a problem shared is a problem halved. You're so stressed out, and we said it, right? Community, foundation, that number 4. It's time to share with others. As we said, if you're going through difficult times, open up and share with a trusted person that can give you great advice or help or assistance at this time. Aries, that has been your weekly messages. Until we sit here again, have a blessed week ahead. Taurus, my little bulls. Let's see what's going on for Taurus this week ahead. Taurus, we are starting with a message from our Spirit Oracle deck this week. You are tuned into Kettle Messages Tarot live with your Oracle and Reader, the Gemstar. And this is the weekly tea. And your message is about soulmates, your soulmate connections, family, friends, lovers, partners in life. What souls are you connecting with this week ahead, Taurus? Connecting with your inner soulmate. This week is about love, partnership, magnetic attraction between two people, union. You're going to discover a deep sense of self through a relationship with another person this week. And keep in mind that soulmates can come in many forms: family, friends, lovers, strangers. So it's important to stay open to see which soulmate is going to be this partnership, this magnetic connection, this union for this week. And you're going to know because you're going to feel that deep sense of self, like finding yourself in another this week. So your weekly tea begins with relationships, connections, friendships, partnerships, and bringing into your life supportive connections, loving connections. Okay, there's someone here that may be in the military, in the police force. Your love interest may wear a uniform, may work for the government, the city, the state, the country. Oh, okay, so for some of you, there's trouble in paradise. You can be discussing divorce this week, or sending somebody divorce papers, okay? Receiving divorce papers, shots fired. You may be giving someone an ultimatum this week, Taurus, especially if you are married. You may be telling someone, I'm thinking of divorce, or you may be actually giving someone divorce papers this week, because we can see an official person delivering divorce papers to someone. Shots fired. Shots fired this week, Taurus. Either you're initializing this breakup, or someone else is saying, oh, it's over. It's over. But that allows, of course, new relationships and soulmates to come in. So, though a soulmate, it can be a karmic relationship that you're ending, or just another soulmate connection that you're ending. Another relationship that's coming to an end is allowing a new relationship to come in. For some of you, you're finding out that, yes, there's a third party, okay? You or someone else, you or your partner, whether you married or not, all right? I'm talking to all of the bulls right now. Whether you are officially married or you're just dating, if you find out about cheating, about deception, about third-party interference, then this is the week of calling it quits. If you're caught straying and cheating, know that your partner will definitely call it quits. Okay, we don't see working things out, forgiveness right now. Let's continue spilling tea and see how this works out. Yes, news you don't like is coming through. But you are releasing a toxic relationship, a relationship that is burdening, that is frustrating, whether this is a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, or friend. This connection already burdens you, is a weight on you, it frustrates you, it doesn't make you happy. There's lies, betrayal, cheating, deception, backstabbing. So you're saying, hey, I know what you're up to, and this is where I draw the line. It is over. Over. Let me give you the bad news. Taurus says, I'm not sticking around for the rest of this tea. Alright, so it's going to come at a shock. At a shock, because you may have thought you was in this committed relationship. You were being loyal and honest to each other. Maybe you were loyal, honest, and faithful, and they are the ones that are the betrayers in this tea, or vice versa. But there is someone who has cheated, who has strayed, who has fallen for another, or who is interested and talking to someone out of the relationship. So you are going to learn of a truth this week. And if you are married, then there are divorce papers being filed. Yes. Oh, confirmation. Confirmation. You were happy and committed in this relationship. But this relationship is coming to an end because someone has strayed and found someone else, someone new. They've fallen in love with someone else. Someone here has fallen in love with someone else, or can see themselves in a better connection, in a healthier relationship with someone else. And they'd rather call it quits or rather get a divorce than to stay in a toxic relationship where there's too much baggage, where nothing changes, and where where someone is no longer interested or invested. Okay? Someone is no longer invested in a relationship, in a marriage, because there's too much baggage. Nothing changes. Nothing grows. Nothing can grow. Nothing can be planted in this relationship because it's so damaged. And so someone has fallen in love with someone else who makes them happy, who makes them think of committing and moving on. Yeah, someone here is in denial. Someone is in denial, numbing their feelings. They don't want to acknowledge that a relationship is over. Someone doesn't want to let someone else go because they see them as a soulmate. So Taurus, this week, if you want to free yourself from someone, then they're going to give you a difficult time because they don't want to set you free. They're in denial that this is over. They feel like everything can be, forgiven or worked on. This connection still can be saved. This marriage can still be saved. And for some of you, it's dead in the water. It's dead and gone. It's over with. You've already moved on. You want something new. You want something else. Or the story is vice versa, where you want to hold on to someone who's already let go. You can be dating, thinking that you're going to marry someone, thinking that you're going to make a boyfriend, a girlfriend, commit in a relationship. And this week, for those of you dating, you might find out that this person has no interest in getting committed, in getting married. As a matter of fact, they want to talk to other people. They want open relationships, open connections. Though you may want marriage and commitment, someone here does not this week, Taurus. Someone here wants a divorce. Someone here wants open relationships. Someone here is no longer invested. Someone here, is frustrated already, wants to move on. Shots are going to be fired. Not literally, but you're going to hear it from someone this week like it is over. Or you're going to tell someone, no, you got to let me go. You got to set me free. Because here, no matter if they see that you already have moved on, already talking to someone, they still want to fight for this relationship. They still want to hold on. Whew. that has been your weekly tea, Taurus. Let's get your lucky number for this week. Let's see what is going on. Let's see if your lucky number can add on or give us some more information for the little bulls. Your number, let's give it a whirl, let's give it a twirl, let's give it a shake. Your number is 14 this week. Your lucky number is 14. Let's see what the messages are for Taurus from your lucky die. Something is holding you back, Taurus. You will not move forward unless you release it. That's confirmation, little bulls. As we said, they're going to make it difficult for you to free yourself this week. But this is, do it, free yourself, or you will be unable to move forward to new relationships, new connections, new friendships, a new life. They won't want to free you, but you're being advised to move forward, because if you don't release it, you can also be that Taurus that was coming through in the reading, that you can see when something is over with, a job, a relationship, a lifestyle, a habit, a belief. You can already see it. But Taurus is known as a stubborn sign, a sign that is, slow for change. And so this may be very difficult for you. But unless you release whatever is holding you back, you're not going to be able to move forward. And that's your first message for your lucky number. Let's get your message for romance and relationships from this number for this week. Your loyalty, Taurus, will soon be tested. Stand firm and everything will turn out for the better. Another confirmation. As we said, someone here may not want to let you go. They might think that, hey, we can work through anything. Or because you're so loyal, you can say, we can work through anything, even survive infidelity or some type of abuse or neglect. We can still make it through. But this week, your loyalty will be tested. You either going to have to stand by that truth that you can work through this, or you're going to have to face the truth that this is something that's a deal breaker in a relationship or a friendship, and that it's time to let something go this week, Taurus. In work and home life, your message is to avoid extravagance. Okay? Avoid extravagance in the coming week, because you may need ready funds to take advantage of an exciting offer. Okay? So this week, save money for a rainy day. Be ready to let go of what doesn't serve you, Taurus. That has been your weekly messages. Ciao. Geminis, my fabulous twins. Geminis, this week on Kettle Messages Tarot Live, your oracle and reader, the Gemstar, will be giving you a message from the Spirit Oracle deck for this week ahead. And your message is one of keeping the faith, of having faith, of standing by your faith, of standing for your faith, and keeping the faith alive. Geminis, this week ahead, there are no obstacles in your way. Follow your heart. The path is safe. The way ahead is clear. Have faith. All is well, all is well, all is well, Geminis. Have faith that there are no obstacles in your way. Move ahead with your plans fearlessly this week. Yes, let nothing hold you back. Follow your heart. Trust yourselves. Listen to your gut. Listen to your passion, your drive. Allow love and light to lead you this week. Things that bring you joy, happiness, fulfillment, content, staying positive, knowing that you can move forward because you have the strength to knock out any obstacle in your way this week, and they begin to fly. Wow, okay. Woo. So, Geminis, no obstacle in your way. If you're planning to bring a lawsuit against someone, or you are in legal battles at this time, or there's anything legal going on, it seems to going to turn out in your favor, turn out well. There will be a nice settlement for you, Geminis. If you're doing anything legal this week, you're going to get a positive answer. If you're waiting on money, then there's going to be a nice settlement. There's going to be conversations and meetings this week with lawyers, with institutions, bosses, authority this week, meetings. So there are conversations and meetings happening with authority, with higher ups, with institutions. Oh, nest egg, privileged lady, as we said. There's going to be some nice settlements this week. So pay raises, bonuses, back money that was owed to you, finally being paid to you, Geminis. There's something occurring this week that when you follow your heart and you move ahead with faith and with positivity, clear focus, no obstacle is going to hold you back as you're moving forward with your plan this week, which brings with it, Geminis, emotional security, because you want to be able to provide for yourself, for your family in the future. Yes, okay. Karma, karma, karma. Karma, karma, karma. Reaping what is sown. All right? Just like the nest egg, right? You plant and then you reap what you sow. So those that have done you wrong or have tried to cheat you in some way or are trying to cheat you in some way, karma is about to hit them in the wallet, okay? Because somebody here is going to have to pay up. Pay up. Friendships will be beneficial this week. Yes, there are people here who are supporting you, who are standing behind you, helping you get this good karma this week, okay? You're going to have somebody backing you up, supporting you, being a witness. I think this is a message that's repeating for you. So check out your monthly and your previous weeklies. And also, you know, your tea on the moon messages. Because it seems that this week things are settling. And we want to get some extra messages Definitely, if there's lawsuits happening, if somebody's being taken to court, if you're taking someone to court, if there's some legal action happening this week, if there's some meetings with higher ups, with constitutions, with institutions, with people of authority and position, people who hold the purse strings, you know, people who run the business, own the business, then you're going to reap what you sow. So if you planted hard work, right? You have no obstacles. Keep the faith. Good things are occurring. So we are picking up that good karma, dharma is coming your way. And karma is coming for those that have tried to cheat you some way, somehow. Or are reviewing something. You are being encouraged to be polished, tactful, determined, clear-minded, move ahead with any plan. Oh, okay. Okay. So there's a big decision that you're going to have to make this week ahead, Geminis. You're going to be pulled in two directions. You're going to be given two options. There's choices and decisions to be made here. You know, you could take someone to court, or you could settle out of court. You can make some type of deal. You can make an agreement this week. You can also work things out with family and friends this week, as your family and your friends are important to you. You're determined to try to be fair, okay? Because that's what the legal system tries to do, right? Tries to make things fair. Does it always work out that way? Depends on, you know, your perspective, what end of that dimension you are in. But here we see that you can have a fair outcome if you negotiate, if you are tactful, if you are focused and clear-minded and move forward with your decision. It's like once you make a decision this week, Geminis, then you got to move forward with it, and you can't backpedal and you can't back out of it. So you're going to have an option this week, choices, decisions to make, know, to be sure, to be clear about your decision, because once you make it, you can't backpedal and you can't back out of it. Okay? But we trust with this faith that you're going to make the right decisions for yourself this week. You're going to reap what you sow. So this week, be fair, be honest, be just in all choices and decisions you make. Above all, be fair and just with yourself. So if that means, hey, if you're fair and just to yourself, and that means you're going to have to take someone to court, you have no obstacle. You get the green light to move forward. If you need to make an agreement with someone, work things out with someone this week, then be fair, be just in your actions, in your interactions, in your communication this week. It's necessary to be fair and just, Geminis. Let's get your lucky number messages, my fabulous twins. For Geminis, give it a whirl, give it a twirl. Give it a spin, Gemmies. Your lucky number this week is number 20. Number 20. Let's see what's going on. What extra messages number 20 brings for the fabulous twins, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This week, Geminis, listen well to the advice of others, but make your own decisions. That's confirmation, Geminis. Yes, you're going to get advice from lawyers, bosses, advisors, but it is up to you whether you move forward or not, as we stated. Once you make that decision, the decision has to be yours because you won't be able to backpedal, and the consequences, if any, will land on you. So it's important that you be fair and just with yourselves in the decisions that you make this week, because a lot of advice is going to be coming your way, but you should make your own decisions. So someone may want to discuss a deal or make a negotiation or show you a contract, a business deal with you this week. And the advice would be get legal counsel, okay? Because they're going to tell you, oh, don't worry, you don't have to have this overlooked by an attorney. You don't have to speak to an attorney. Like, take our word for it. Take our attorney's word for it. No, get your own. In love and romance, Geminis, this week ahead, the message is a close acquaintance is struggling with unseen troubles. Have compassion if they speak in anger to you. So in love and relationships, someone is having difficulties, unseen troubles and struggles within themselves or in their life, and they're feeling upset and angry, and they may project this onto you, or when they interact with you, they may be, mean spirited, or say something cruel, insensitive, maybe acting up this week. Be compassionate and understanding with a love partner or with a loved one this week, as they're going through very difficult times and they may not be telling you, okay? When it comes to work and home life, Geminis, your message is an increase in funds will lead to an increase in expenditures. Unless you exercise care for your finances and your financial improvement, then it will be little beneficial if you spend what you make this week. So there's some extra money coming your way, but you are being advised to save and invest well. Again, discussing, institutions, buying stock, buying bonds, retirement funds, all these legal ways to protect your money and make your money grow. Also, you may be thinking of getting 401k plans or renegotiating your portfolio, reorganizing your portfolios this week. So there's a lot of money being paid off for some of you. As we said, some Geminis may get a settlement, a bonus, a raise, something, and you're being advised that, hey, you're getting some funds, you're getting some extra money this week, but make sure that as you spend, you are saving. Those have been your messages for this weekly tea. And now we're going to take a brief intermission. We will be right back with the rest of the zodiac signs. we are coming back to spill the rest of the weekly tea. Thank you for your patience for this brief intermission. And let us continue. With Cancer, the little crabs. Let's see what is going on for Cancer this week ahead. Cancer, welcome to Kettle Messages Tarot Live with your reader, the Gemstar. Let us spill the tea for the little crabs this week ahead. I'm your oracle reader, the Gemstar, bringing you this week's tea. Our message for spirit for Cancerians. You receive the moon goddess, Cancer. Yes, the moon goddess is your goddess. Definitely, this is your energy this week. Being in your energy, little crabs. A time of necessary upheaval, a blessing in disguise. As the dust settles, the gift reveals itself. So we can see that you've been going through a difficult time, a time of upheaval where a lot of changes are occurring in your life, and you're taking a moment to readjust yourselves. Hold on to dear life while the dust settles, while you're in the middle, in the eye of the tornado. Know that a blessing is going to follow this upheaval and this chaos, Cancers. So a time of upheaval is necessary. It's like without the bad times, we won't appreciate the good times. Or without bad things occurring, we won't see the good things or be appreciative of the good things. So this is a week of staying in gratitude, of staying positive, of being appreciative of what we have, even though you may be going through something very, very difficult at this time. You're being asked to stay positive, to keep the hope alive, to stay blessed up, knowing that something good will follow whatever difficulty you may be occurring at this time. This is like the energy of not giving up, Cancerians. There's a gift in this chaos, and maybe the gift is a learning experience for you that helps you grow. Or it may be a literal gift, a blessing, a windfall that comes through for Cancer. Okay, there are family gatherings this week, get-togethers, visiting the parents, the nieces and nephews dropping by, spending time with loved ones this week, having discussions. There may have been misunderstanding, arguments, confrontations, fallouts, upsets in the household. And know that things will turn out well in the end, okay? So even though people have gone to their corners, or people are in their feelings or upset, there will be a time this week when there will be a discussion, a meeting in the family house to discuss the misunderstanding and to clear things up. Okay, someone may be going through financial difficult, hard times, and you will be hearing about that this week ahead, Cancer. Okay, a spouse may lose their job, or a spouse may be getting less hours, making less money. This may be occurring with you. where something is going on in the job front and the work front, and it's affecting your finances. So there may be unexpected bills that come through this week, and so we need a family meeting to discuss these bills, to discuss how we're going to pay these bills, right? There's some upheavals, but you are tapped into your intuition this week, trusting your gut feelings, Cancerian, and you will find a solution. A solution will reveal itself, whether money comes through right when you need it, or you have this discussion with the rest of the family about these bills, about these expenses, and you work a budget, you figure out a way to bring all the money together to pay these bills, working together to pay these bills, and cutting unnecessary expenditure or losses at this time. Yes, you're feeling overburdened and swamped. So for some Cancerians, the message that's coming through is that a lot of the responsibilities at home fall on you. The rent falls on you. The utilities fall on you. The responsibilities of cleaning the household, cooking, taking care of the children, taking care of your partner, everything falls on you. And this has become too much. And so there's a need to gather everyone in the family room to have a discussion about delegating responsibilities, not allowing others to get comfortable with you picking up all the slack. Everyone living in this household has to pull their weight. And what's happening is that not everybody is pulling their weight. Some people are doing the basic, the bare minimum, and thinking that that's enough, and that, hey, Cancerians, you can pick up the slack, you can do everything else, you can clean up after them, you can pay the bill when the bill comes and pay their half as well. There needs to be a discussion had this week, Cancerians. You're overburdened, you're swamped, and before you grow resentful and start kicking people out, Cancer, okay? Have a discussion and then make a decision, right? Like sleep on it on a day or two, have this conversation. If they refuse to pull their weight, then that's another decision that you're going to have to make at that time. Have the discussion, see if they respond positively. If they continue to take you for granted, then it may be time to kick somebody out, Cancer, okay? Or put boundaries and limits. Because someone here thinks that they can walk all over you when they're not the head of the household. When the responsibility of the household doesn't fall on their shoulders, it's on yours. And so this person that is residing in the home, that likes to walk all over people, get what they want, is very inconsiderate. This person doesn't even bring in the majority of the money into the household, but they think that they make the rules, that they can do whatever they want, they can walk all over you, they can step over your boundaries, they can disrespect, and then they believe that they can justify this behavior, Cancer, to you. You're telling them, hey, Cancer is feeling overwhelmed, is feeling swamped. You're not carrying your weight. You're not doing what you promised. You're not holding your end of the bargain, the deal, the agreement. And you think that you're going to come here, get comfortable, walk all over me, disrespect, cross boundaries, think you're going to justify your behavior, and think that Cancer is going to continue to give you a pass. Cancer looks like, hey, they're willing to kick you out if necessary. If that's what's going to get the message across, Cancerians. You see the message? You want to get a message across to someone who thinks that they're above it all. Think that they can justify their actions, what they're doing, their behavior, their bad behavior, their lack of responsibility, their laziness. They don't even bring in the majority of the financial responsibility into the home, but they think they can make the rules, or they can get comfortable and slack on their responsibilities and put their weight and their responsibilities on you. And you're putting an end to that this week when you're having a discussion here in the family room, letting them know that you're not going to be putting up with this, okay? That you have enough on your plate, and that you're not going to be taking care of a grown man who's acting like a child, immature, irresponsible, lazy. You don't want that, Cancer. You don't want that. And this week, you're going to recognize your limits. It's like, I've been putting up with this because I love you, because I care about you, because you family, you friend, you husband, wife, whatever you are to Cancer. Cancer's putting up with this. But now they're overburdened, swamped, overwhelmed. And they're asking for those that live with them, pull your weight, pay your bills, pick up the slack, pick up after yourself. And this person who you're dealing with is acting very entitled, very selfish. And they walk over people. And then they justify it. And you're about to give them some truth. You're about to lay some truth on them this week ahead. You're not having none of this nonsense. You may go on vacation. You may go on vacation and leave this person to themselves. Okay? Or you may kick them out and go on vacation because you need it. See? Leaving the situation. Kicking somebody out. There's your leg. You kicking somebody out, and now you get your peace back. You get your sanity back. You get your space back. You get your equilibrium back. You want to step into a new experience this week, Cancer. You tired of this. Tired of this. Yes, you see? You're going to have success in overcoming a problem this week. You're going to find the key. As we said, you're going to be speaking to someone who resides in your home. You either will give them the key to your home, or you will take back the key to your home this week. Especially if it's somebody who is breaking rules, who is walking all over you, who is taking advantage, who is trying to justify their actions, their bad behavior, their lack of responsibility, their laziness, them throwing their responsibilities on you, making you carry their weight, thinking that they're the emperor, the empress, the king, the queen, when you're the one here that is the head of the household. So you give keys and you take keys. You bring them in or you kick them out. But at the end of the day, you will do what's right for your peace of mind. You will be taking a vacation. You will be kicking somebody out of the home. You don't care about the money. You want a peace of mind. You don't want to be stressed out, overburdened, and swamped. Woof. So, you're the upheaval in your weekly tea. And you're about to set it off on someone. But this is going to be a blessing in disguise, because either they straighten up or they ship out. And you get to be at peace either way. Let's get your lucky number messages for this week, my little crabs. Let's see what your lucky number message is for Cancerians. For those joining us, hit that like button and join us in the tea room. Let us know what's going on. All right. Another sign that gets the number 14. This week ahead in work and home life. Avoid extravagance in this coming period. You may need ready funds to take advantage of an exciting offer. That's confirmation of you going on vacation. Avoiding extravagance. That's that cutting people off, drawing boundaries, stop people from taking advantage of you, walking all over you, mooching over you, putting their responsibilities on you. Okay? The time is coming when you're cutting that off because you need to save funds. And someone who is irresponsible that you have to carry is just holding you back, wasting your money, wasting your time, and wasting your energy. In love and romance, your loyalty will be tested. Confirmation, we said it. Doesn't matter, Cancer, whether they friend, family, lover, whoever you're living with who's taking advantage of you, who's disrespecting your rules, and not carrying their weight, thinking that, they're ruling the rules, then you're there to serve them, to be a servant. That's going to end and stop this week because your loyalty is going to be tested. You're going to have to stand firm. You're going to have to draw the line in the sand. It's like when you give a punishment, but then you feel sorry and you take somebody off a punishment. No, once you make a decision, you're going to have to stick to that decision, Cancerians, or they're going to continue to take advantage because they won't take you serious. Those are your messages for this week ahead. May you have a blessed week, little crabs. Lion and lionesses, kings and queens of the jungle. Leo, you are tuned in to Kettle Messages Tarot live here with your oracle and reader, the gem star. If you're joining us for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please show your support for the channel. Hit that like button and join us in the tea room. Let us know how you're doing. So let's see what message we have for Leos this week ahead. We will take the top one, Leos. And let's see what spirit message has. Christ. Yes. You are eternally loved and held within the palm of creation. Feel my presence beside you, my dear friend, for I am always with you. You are always in my heart, so you are not alone. The universe is with you, spirit is with you, divine source is with you, Jesus is with you, God is with you. Okay? Your faith, your belief, that which you believe in, which you follow, which gives you safety, security, comfort, unconditional love, a sense of belonging, that feeling of feeling fulfilled and complete, knowing your truth, living your truth. That energy is working through this week's tea. Let's continue. You have the universe backing you up, your spirit guides backing you up this week, a friend backing you up, someone that you may be missing. You are always in their heart. They are always in yours. There's feeling that despair. We just said it. That's confirmation. Someone may be feeling brokenhearted at this time because someone at a distance, no contact, maybe a breakup, a separation, a miscommunication has caused some difficulty in a relationship, waiting for them to come back, to call, to reach out, to extend the olive branch, to clear the air, to give closure. Or you may be in an energy, Leos, where you may be expecting the worst. All right? And that's why crystals came out. Like, keep the faith. You may be feeling cursed. You may be going through a run of bad luck. There may be a lot of difficulties, a lot of obstacles, heartbreak, loss, regrets at this time. But you may be expecting the worst. And so Christ is here to say, no, I got you. I'm carrying you. I'm going to see you through. You're going to get through this. You may be expecting the worst, but the worst doesn't always happen, right? Oof, okay, we'll accept it. The worst, oh, okay. Some of you may be having difficulties with a matriarch in your family. There may be a female in your life. In some way, shape, fashion, or form, you feel like this person is causing you problems, issues. You may be feeling like this person with Christ here. This person may be, cursing you, giving you the evil eye, wishing your downfall, or having to work with this person, deal with this person, be in a relationship or a type of interaction with this person causes you despair, misery. This is not somebody you look forward to seeing, to spending time with. It's like every time you see them, okay, you expect to feel miserable or for this person to cause misery, Leos. Wow. Okay, you may be dealing with some female siblings, co-workers, bosses. But for some of my Leos, every time you have to interact with a certain female in your life, it's like you dread it. You dread it because there's confrontations, there's arguments, you guys don't get along or you don't like each other, okay? You're not vibing together. Or you just expect things not to work out with this female in your life. You're expecting the worst. You're staying vigilant. Confirmation. Confirmation, Leos. You feel like this person puts you in some type of danger, some way, somehow. That's confirmation. Interacting with this person, it's like this person is going to cause me trouble. I always got to keep an eye out with this female because I never know what she's going to do, okay? How she's going to betray me, how she's going to attack me, how she's going to put me in danger, right? Is she physically putting me in danger? Is she putting me in danger with gossip? Is she putting me in danger with, the evil eye, hexes, spells, curses? What kind of danger, Leos? Put it in the comment section. Jump in the tea room. If you a Leo, okay, hit that like button. Jump in the tea room. Let us know what about this female is causing you fear, anxiety, despair, worry, that you have to be vigilant. You feel like you're in danger when this person is around, or you are expecting some kind of trouble every time you deal with a female. Okay. All right. We can see. All right, Leos. So, this female this week that you're interacting with, whatever she is to you, whatever relation she is to you, you know this female by someone who is a perfectionist, who is very judgmental and highly critical. And because they're a perfectionist, they're critical, and they're highly judgmental of people, then you feel like you always have to have someone looking out for you, or you having to look out for your own back. You have to use discernment with this person, because they may be sweet and nice on the outside, but if you don't fall in line with the way they feel you should be working, you should be living, or you should be doing something, you feel criticized and judged by this person's perfectionism, you feel like you gotta be on guard. I feel like, ooh, like you can't even get the words out this week ahead, Leos, because you have to be perfect in order to be in a relationship with this person. You come down a lot of judgment and criticism by this person. You feel like nothing you do is good enough or satisfies this person. And that's why you're so careful around them, because you don't want to set them off. You don't want to do anything that'll set off their judgment and their criticism of you. This person likes to win at all costs, and so they can be very nasty if you go head to head with them. So now I can see where this despair, this being vigilant, and using your discernment when you are around someone is so heightened that you're even praying to God that he helps you deal with this person. Because you feel in danger. Seriously. Yes, oh my goodness. Ill health, depression, despair. This person has you feeling really low, really down. Leos, they're very toxic. Look at the toxic environment that flies on. You may be in a toxic environment. You may think this female is very toxic and do toxic things. This is a week to stick by your friends, to stick by your loved ones, to stay away from this toxic female. This toxic female may be trying to get into the ear of your friends. There may be a need to take a vacation, take a break. Keep your distance from this person this week. Yeah, you're being advised to keep your distance from this person. If you can take a vacation, take it. If you can take time off, take it. If you can put distance between you and this female that you expect nothing good from. And yeah, their intentions are not good. They want to win at all costs. They're perfectionists. They're critical. They're judgmental. They will, go for the jugular because it's all about winning at all costs for them, being right. Nothing you do is going to satisfy this person. Nothing you do is right. And so there's always drama. And you're wanting to get away from drama. You want to focus on making money. You want to focus on your work. And if this is on the work front, this person is making it difficult for you to even work. You don't even want to go to work because you have to see this person. So stay away from this person at work. Focus on what you're doing. Don't give your energy. Don't be distracted by gossip or this toxic female on the work front. You will be victorious over this person if you can manage to block them out, to keep them at arm's length. Stay prayed up, okay? Let's get Leo's lucky numbers for this week ahead. Your lucky number and messages this week ahead, Leos. Number 13. Your number is 13. Your messages this week ahead when it comes to home and work life, Leos. Home and work life. Try to, oh my God. Try to rise above petty criticism at work. Whew. Couldn't get it out because that wicked witch on the work front doesn't want you to hear this message, Leos. Gemstar is on to them and it's letting you know in your weekly tea to rise above the petty criticism at work. What we said, that you're going to manage a victory and a win this week, Leos, when you manage to block this person out, to be above their pettiness, their gossip, whatever they're doing that's annoying you, that's getting on your nerve. Stay away. This is a week to stay away. You know, people are going to see the truth. Your bosses, your co-workers, other people are going to see the truth. They're going to see the light. And they're going to come to bat for you. But you also have to do your part in not encouraging this person to attack you, to go for you. Stay out of this person's way. It's important to stay out of this person's way. Also, in romance and relationships this week ahead, luck is wonderful, but focus, stay determined, and continue to work hard. Nurture your relationships and your connections at home and at work. That's confirming spending time with your friends, with your loved ones, and the only opinion that matters on the work front are your supervisors, your bosses, those in charge, those with authority. Don't allow other co-workers, okay, or other colleagues get to your last nerve this week. Ignore them, block them out, stay away. That have been your messages for this week, Leos. Until we sit here again, have a blessed week ahead. Virgos, my practical, hardworking ones of the Zodiac. Let's see, my perfectionists of the Zodiac, what is going on? For Virgos, this week ahead, we are getting messages from the Spirit Oracle for this weekly tea. Let's see what is going on for Virgos this week. A message from Spirit for Virgos. There it is. Let's begin. Good news, Virgos. Good news coming through this week. So good news is coming your way, Virgos. Something beautiful is about to manifest. Feelings of elation, like you're on a cloud. It's going to be time to celebrate this week all the wonder and beauty in life. This is a week to have fun, to let your hair down, to open yourself to positivity. Good news, things turning out in your favor or working out well this week, Virgos. Oh, naughty, naughty. We don't want you to flag us. Okay, so let's expand on this tea and let's see where this good news is coming from. Okay, so here you are at the beginning of the week, worried, concerned, okay? Maybe worried and concerned that something is not going to turn out well, but to your surprise, things work out beautifully, okay? But at the beginning of the week, you're very concerned about something. You're waiting to hear about something. And you're worried about, you know, the response. What the response is going to be. Has you a little concerned. Okay, so if you're waiting for a yes, a no, you may be very concerned about how something is going to turn out or if you're going to receive your answer this week. Oh, you really are worried and concerned about, you know, a message or something that you're going to hear about this week. Okay, so the fourth person came out reversed. So someone here is going to be very honest. You're being encouraged to be very honest this week because you're expecting news, message, but it's important to drop the mask, to drop the pretenses. It's important to be true and authentic this week. Speak your truth, live your truth. Don't be a false person. You may think that you're dealing with someone who is lying or playing games or being false with you, but they are not. They're being honest and direct this week ahead. And you are going to receive that message that you are expecting. Let's see how this message turns out. Because for some of you, you're going to be seeing another side of someone. This can be, you know, seeing the other side of someone, right? Here, they're wearing a mask. You don't know their true face. And then reverse, the mask fall off. And now you're starting to see sides of someone that you didn't know quite well, you didn't understand, or you didn't see before. You did have a reading not so long ago, Virgos, stating that you were going to make a choice, a decision, but to be wise about your choices and decisions because you had to know what you were getting involved with, what consequences, what strings attached came with it. And now, you know, you may be seeing certain things popping off, coming to the light. Okay, you may want some compassion, some sympathy, and some mercy from someone. But there's some false sweetness happening here with some ulterior motives attached. Okay. For some Virgos, be careful who you are living with and residing with, because someone who is acting sweet and nice has some ulterior motives. They can be stealing from you at this time. There can be some bad behavior going on with this compassion, sympathy, and mercy. Either you got to give the compassion, sympathy, and mercy, or you're wanting this. But someone here is pretending to be nice in order to get away with bad behavior, or in order to deceive someone so that they let their guard down, so that they can be seen as trustworthy when they're not. They're actually thieves and envious of the property and the possessions of others. And if you allow them in your home, they will steal. We're giving a longer spread here because there are some situations repeating and popping up. There's a need to live in the now this week. Stay detached from negative past experiences and future expectations. If you have too high of expectations, or you have the tendency of putting people, places, things, and situations on pedestals, then your bubble is about to be bursted this week, because you may be ignoring the opinions of others, or the boundaries of others, crossing boundaries, underestimating someone, devaluing someone, a caretaker, taking advantage of someone, or someone is taking advantage of you. You're feeling devalued. You're feeling like your opinions are being ignored, or you don't feel important in a situation. And so you're being asked to look at this week ahead, Virgos. If you're being devalued, unappreciated, if you feel like you need some compassion, some mercy, some sympathy, then you have to speak up. Waiting for this person to realize or to know what you need at this time, it's not gonna work in your favor. Because you're not taking action, you're not saying anything. Someone here can be taking advantage, can be mistreating you, or you can be taking advantage of someone and not taking their needs, wants, opinions into consideration. This has a lot to do with home and work. So there's a need to be compassionate, sympathetic, merciful this week with those you work with and those that you live with. Being falsely sweet and having ulterior motives will backfire on someone this week when they get exposed, when their mask fall off, that what they're doing is taking advantage, trying to get away with something, trying to use and abuse someone, you know, get over someone with something. And this is going to be exposed this week because the false person's mask is falling off. So whoever's faking the funk, who's ever pretending to be nice and really has ulterior motives, take advantage of people, steal from people, are inconsiderate, mean, cruel, they'll be paying a price this week ahead. Okay, so someone who has filled an empty space in your life is disappointing you this week, Virgos. Someone here can be greedy, lazy, a pig, because someone here is devaluing someone, needing someone to tend to them. They say, you know, the pigs are one of the cleanest animals, but they don't have that image in stories, right? They're always, you know, the pig in the mud, the dirty pig. So someone can be a real pig towards you this week. You're disappointed in them for whatever reason, whether they're greedy or, you know, whether they're acting like a jerk or whether they're making you feel bad, whether they're devaluing you, underestimating you, whether they're showing you a lack of compassion, sympathy, mercy. You're looking at this friendship, relationship, connection this week ahead. And making a decision. Or you're worried and concerned of what is going to be said or what decision is being made this week. Either you need to communicate what you're feeling, Virgos, this week, or this person will communicate what they're feeling. There may be disappointed in you. Maybe you are taking advantage. Maybe you are being too greedy. Maybe you are being inconsiderate, lacking compassion, sympathy, or mercy. Maybe you who is acting false and have ulterior motives. Maybe it is you who is ignoring the feelings and the opinions of others and crossing others and making them see you in this light like a pig, someone who's greedy, someone who's being inconsiderate or taking advantage. You're dealing with this individual this week. Don't let that energy be yours, Virgos. There is good news because masks are falling off, truths are being exposed, and when you have all the facts, all the truth, you can make decisions on how to move forward. Let's get your message and your lucky number. What's your lucky number for this week? 27, Virgos. Your number is 27. Your lucky number is 27. Let's see what the messages are. Home and work life, Virgos, this week ahead. Although you may face hardships, there will be a silver lining. Friendships and connections forged in a storm are the strongest of all. That's confirmation with your reading. You may be dealing with someone difficult, or you're dealing with a difficult situation, or you getting to know someone's other sides, other interests. There's the energy of getting to know people, masks falling off, truths being spoken, and hardships being endured. But this is where you can see where your strongest relationships are. It's through the hardest times where you see who shows up for you, right? Through the hardest times in someone else's life, they see if you show up for them. This week you're seeing, hey, who shows up for you? Through the hardships in relationships, friendships, partnerships, and connections is where you can see where the strong connections are, where the real connections are, who the real ones are in your life. And you work through the hardships and have good news in the end and a silver lining, or you're inconsiderate of others, unsympathetic, and you can lose connections that way. It's in your hands this week ahead, Virgos. In romance and relationships, the truest love and kindness should be the one you show yourself. As we see that in your weekly tea, we can see that you may not be feeling confident or valued or appreciated, but that love, that worth, that appreciation must first come from yourselves. So you have to love yourselves in order to call in that love towards you. Your final message for this week ahead, Virgos, is be wary of strangers who come bearing opportunities. Be wary of strangers who come bearing opportunities. As we said, some of these opportunities with some people that have ulterior motives can end up with you out of pocket. So use discernment this week when choosing your connections, your relationships, and the situations you're getting involved with this week. May you have A blessed week ahead, Virgos. Ciao. Libra, my scales of justice, laying down the law, laying down the justice. Libra, this week we are bringing messages from our spirit oracle for this week's tea, and then of course we're gonna spill the tea, of course. Your spirit message. Can you feel me, Libra? Reach out and touch someone. You want someone to get you, to feel you, to understand you, to embrace you, to cuddle you. And this is what they want from you this week ahead as well. Your feminine aspect is awakening. Feel the goddess energy inside of you this week, Libra. She seeks acknowledgement and validation. New energies, insight, and opportunities are emerging. Wake up, embrace, and celebrate. You can be feeling very nurturing this week, compassionate, empathetic, intuitive, psychic. You are feeling all types of loving emotions. You may break out in tears and cries. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. You are feeling more in tune with your feminine side. You're caring, you're nurturing, your empathy, your compassion for others. You want to feel loved and appreciated by your partners. You may be working on your fitness this week ahead. Oh, you are changing. You are glowing. You've had a glow up. Libra, you have done something to yourself that got tongues wagging. Someone really wants to connect with you this week ahead. You may have messages and be spending time with matriarchs this week. Mothers, grandmothers, aunties, female friends. But we see that you are not only feeling your goddess, feminine, beautiful selves, but you're spending time with other females this week that are caring, are nurturing. So the softer side is coming out this week. We can feel you more soft, more gentle, taking things more easy, less aggression. Yes, you're less aggressive, less defensive. I see you feeling less aggressive, more compassionate, less defensive, more open, wanting to spend time with others, caring for others, allowing yourselves to be loved, pampering yourselves, maybe changing your look, your wardrobe, doing some cosmetic work on yourselves. But all eyes are on you this week. You may be receiving an award, or you have to do some speech or attend some event. And so you're dolling yourself up or getting real handsome. You may be working out, losing weight. Definitely you want someone to get you this week ahead, Libra, okay? You want someone to understand you. You want to find people of like minds, people who share similar religion or similar spiritual values. You want to be in friendships and connections where you don't lose your identity, you don't lose yourself. You want to assert yourself, be heard. Message, be heard this week. So there's some message that you want to get across to someone this week. Maybe to a matriarch. Maybe you want to have a discussion with a mother, an auntie, a sister, a female in your life. Because this connection, relationship has been very difficult. It's like if you, example, if you grow up in a Catholic home, but now you want to convert into Judaism, or you want to do Jehovah Witness or become a Muslim, or you want to be Pentecostal, then this is an issue with the family, with the household. Okay, it's like if you want to go into Scientology and then nobody wants to speak to you, or you're not allowed to speak to your family and your friends. So you want to have your own identity. In some connection, relationship, or situation, you feel like you have to think like them, act like them, be like them, look like them, dress like them. It's like a cult mentality, and you don't want to be a part of it. You want to break yourself free of it. You want your own identity. Whatever's making you feel suffocated, whatever type of relationship or connection this is that you're dealing with this week, you have lost yourself. You don't have your own identity, your own voice, your own opinions. Nothing is heard or taken into consideration. You're belittled or ignored, or just left behind, abandoned. And you want someone to feel you, to get you, to understand why you believe the way you believe, or why you live your life the way you live your life, or why are you making the choices that you're making, why you are the way you are. And you're feeling frustrated, like, why should I even have to explain myself? You have the right to believe the way you want to believe. I have the right to believe what I want to believe. I have the right to marry someone within my religion, or if I choose to marry outside of my religion, that is also my choice. But it's like the choices and the decisions that you're making don't align with the same upbringing you were brought up with. And your family or your friend circle or your society, your community demands obedience. And you're saying this week ahead, Libra, I am obedient to no one but my own wishes, desires, and belief. And you can't really process how much damage and destruction they throw your way just because you're choosing to break free or to believe and live your own life your own way, to have your own identity, to assert yourself. What you think, what you do, what you believe is also worthy. It's also valuable too. Yes, you feel like you need to be rescued, like you need safety. You feel like you're coming under attack by criticism and judgmental individuals who demand your obedience, whether this is in a love relationship, family, work, where you have to fall in line, where you have to conform, where you have to follow the rules, where you can't speak up, you are not counted, you have no opinion, you are not valued, you are not worthy, sit down, shut up. Yeah, Libra, you're not going to put up with that. You're going to lay down the law and lay down the justice this week ahead. You're going to get what you want. You're going to be heard. Okay, look, shots fired. You're going to be heard. You're going to relay your message to the matriarch, to whoever demands your obedience. You say you obedient to no one but to who you have chosen to believe in, to have faith. You will not conform to the rules of others, the wants, the desires of others, the beliefs of others. If you need to rescue yourselves, you will. Someone, because of their religion or their spiritual background and their values and their upbringing, are very, very critical and judgmental. And when you break free, okay, from that box that they've put you in, then it's a threat to them. And they begin to demand obedience. Even in friendships and relationships, when you speak up, or when you grow, when you change, and they want you to stay the same, but things are different, things have changed, but they can't get with the program. So they start guilt tripping, they start making you feel bad, they tell you, hey, you're gonna burn in hell, okay, for loving that person, for marrying that person, for being with that person, for choosing that religion, for choosing that way of life, for living your life that way. You're gonna burn in hell. You're always gonna be judged and criticized. Yeah, by them. By them. Every time you're in their presence, they make you feel like nothing. They make you feel small. They make you feel like you have to justify and explain yourself. Make yourself worthy to be in their presence, to be with them, in their space. Because now you're shunned. Now you are pariah, parasite. Because you've chosen to live life differently. You've chosen to break free and away. Know that, the attacks will come when you try to break free from those with the closed mentality. That if you don't believe their way, then you are believing the wrong way. Let's get your lucky number for this week ahead, Libra. Lucky number 7. Lucky number 7, Libra. Let's see what your messages are this week ahead in work and home life. Think carefully before changing jobs this week, Libra. It could be a case of out of the frying pan and into the fire. If you think the current job you have is bad, if you're not too careful, the next one you land may be worse. Sometimes we gotta live in appreciation and gratitude. When it comes to romance and relationships in your life this week, Libra, time spent with a loved one, no matter how little is done in it, is never wasted. So it's like, no matter how difficult this family member, this friend, this parent is, you'll spend at least a little time with them. Because if you stay the full hour, then the criticism and the judgments will come. You just want to go in, check in. Hey, you're alive, I'm alive, you're well, I'm well. Okay, see you later. Oh, Libra, your last message for this week ahead. Be wary of things that seem too good to be true, as they usually are. May you have a blessed week ahead. We hope you enjoy the live weekly tea readings. Check out your monthlies and your weekend and your tea on the moon. The moon messages. Until we sip tea again. Ciao, everyone. It's your Rita the Gem Star. Thank you so much for stopping by, sipping some weekly tea with us. Support your content creators. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And to receive your own personal private reading, book it at our website, kettlemessagestarot.my.canva.site, in the description box below. May you have a blessed week ahead. Ciao!